And we are back, and we just finished watching The House, currently on Netflix from 2002, with a runtime of 1 hour and 37 minutes.
This is 2002?
2022, sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
sorry.
This?
No, this just came out on Netflix, 2022, sorry. TVMA. This is 3 stories that are tied to one very creepy house.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same house in each story because they're just different worlds. I mean, the first one's with humans, the second one's with mice, and the third one's with cats. They're all, and it's all stop motion animated. Very nicely done, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't look weird at all.
Yeah. Even the people, even though the people, they're like everybody was made out of felt. Even the people, even the skin, like their skin was like felt. You could see it like sort of like moving slightly.
That's like those people are made of the stuff that I want to make, like that rabbit strawberry thing. Remember I showed you?
Yeah.
The first segment is called "And Heard Within a Lie Is Spun." Segment 1 was directed by Emma de Swaef and Marc James Roels. Segment 2 was "Then Lost Is Truth That Can't Be Won" by Niki Lindroth von Bahr. And the last segment number 3, is "Listen Again and Seek the Sun" by Paloma Baeza. And it's got writing credits to Enda Walsh and Johannes Nyholm.
Sorry if we butcher your names.
Sorry if we've butchered your names, everybody. Like you said, this is kind of an anthology. It circles around this particular house. I think in segments 1 and 2, it's more obvious, the house. The way it looks is more obvious. It's definitely the same house.
No, it's clear that it's the same house in all of them, but like the locale is completely different in every single one. The species of character is different in every single one. It's the only thing that's really unifying is that the story revolves around this house.
Right. This was your pick, G. Excellent, by the way. What made you want to see this?
The trailer just looked creepy.
The trailer looked creepy.
Yeah, they definitely were hyping up the creep factor in that trailer.
Which, did you have a favorite story of the 3, or did you like them on the whole?
I like the first one the best.
The first one is beyond creepy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nutty, yeah.
What about that appealed to you the most?
I liked the fact that it was creepy.
But like, what made it creepy?
The story, the characters, the situations.
I guess the situation then.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bizarro story.
It was a very bizarre story.
It didn't have a happy ending.
I'm guessing the employer, like he was like some sort of, I'm guessing he was some sort of supernatural entity of some kind.
Sure.
And then just like the way the house was constantly changing.
Yeah.
And those creepy workmen.
And Mr. Thomas, who finally loses
like
it.
A breakdown. That was weird.
Yeah. And then
I guess it did have a happy ending for the little girl and the baby because they were able to get away.
Yeah,
Not
but
really.
still,
They lost their parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they went insane. They were jerks.
Who cares about parents? Yeah. I don't love mom and dad. They could die and I'll be happy.
I'm sure that's not what she meant, but did you have a favorite character?
I like all 3 of them, or just in the first one?
Tell me from the first, the second, and the third. Did you have a favorite character in the first story?
I like Mabel. She was the only one with like her
wits about her.
mind clear. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the second story?
I don't really like anyone in the second story, to be honest.
Yeah.
Did you like the second story?
Yeah, it was weird, but the character, like the main character, was just kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. What about the last story?
Last story. I didn't really have a favorite character. I didn't really like the last story that much.
All right. Fair enough.
How come?
It was boring to me.
Had a happy ending. You know she don't like that.
Happy ending.
Sort of a happy ending.
Compared to the other two were like exciting and weird, but that one was kind of just. I didn't like the ending.
Yeah.
Like they were trying. Maybe I would have liked it better if she actually did let go of the house, but it's like they messed up.
Yeah,
I think it would have been interesting.
I feel they botched that ending too.
Well, I think they were trying to have a light at the end of the tunnel, but it still should have been that she had to give up the house.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It was like, to me, the whole story felt like it was about letting go.
Right.
learning to let go, and like everybody else is learning to let go because they see the situation,
Right.
and it's just not good.
Right.
And she just could not. She was so focused. No, I'm going to make the house better. I'm going to make the house better.
Right. Right.
That she wasn't seeing the true situation around her. And then at the end, it was like, all right, I'm letting go, but I'm taking it with me.
Yeah.
And it was like, no,
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's not how it works. You can't take a shortcut like that.
No, I agree. When you mentioned, I wonder if she was dead this whole time. That would have been really interesting.
Yeah.
It definitely felt like if anybody remembers that film, The Others.
Yeah, with
where
Nicole Kidman.
It turns out
before she butchered her face.
Oh, let's not talk about that. But it's like where the you're looking at it through the ghost's eyes, and the ghost doesn't know what's going on. They don't realize that they're the ghost the whole time.
Right.
What about Olive? What did you think of this movie?
I thought it was good.
Did you have a favorite
What was
part?
your favorite
1, 2, or 3?
version of it? Which story?
Probably the first one.
First one? How come?
Because both of the little kids were able to get away.
Oh, okay.
The girl and the baby were able to get away from that crazy, weird guy that her father met.
Oh, the
employer.
The employer.
Employer.
No, not the employer. The other guy who was giving them the house. As a
Yeah,
gift.
that was the employer.
Yeah, he was he had like weird tufts of hair coming out the side.
It was white.
White,
Yeah.
yeah.
Constantly
He's sort of-
giggling.
He was constantly giggling too, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he had a red suit.
Yeah. Like Santa Claus. He sort of reminded me of Ben Franklin.
A little in the hairstyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no real similarities
No.
elsewhere. Yeah.
But
No, Ben Franklin's hair was like curly on the sides. His hair was like triangles.
Yeah.
no, Ben Franklin was bald on the top.
Yeah, but no, like the hairstyles are both different.
Sure.
Of course, they were both bald at the top,
Okay.
but that doesn't make the hairstyles similar. Not really.
Did you have a favorite character? Did you like Mabel and Isabel, or did you like other characters?
For some reason, I like the baby because she's just so cute.
She was also like indestructible. She
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
fell
she
down a
fell
flight
down
of
the
stairs.
stairs.
She like
Nothing happened. Not a bump. Not a
nothing.
bruise.
Like-
She was like climbing down a curtain.
And then she
Like
dropped
what baby has the
several
wherewithal to like clutch a curtain and climb down out of a window?
Yeah.
Yeah, that baby was intelligent.
And in the scene where she's leading Mabel to like the underground, like how did she even know where to go and what
Yeah,
corners to take? And then the drop from that door with no whatever.
She dropped down without hesitation.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna
Yeah.
die. Like I saw her going
Yeah.
down, falling down the stairs, and I was
Yeah, it was a stone staircase
Yeah.
too.
she should
Kids
have
are like
died. Or
kids are like rubber bands. It's not like that scene in Persuasion where what's her name knocked
my
herself
God.
senseless.
What an idiot.
What did she say?
I'm determined,
I'm
Captain.
determined, Captain.
I love that the kids remember that. What about you? What'd you think?
I liked it. It was entertaining. I thought the first story was my favorite just because it was creepy, and
There's a theme going
There
on
were-
here.
yeah, I think we all like the first one the best. They started off strong,
Yes.
Yeah.
and it felt the most like a
Complete
like
story?
a fable
Oh.
or something, or like a ghost story that you would tell around the campfire, and it had like the creepy supernatural element. It had just like the bizarreness of the house, that everything would just change. The kids went to sleep and their window looked out on their old house, and when they woke up, the window looked onto a room with like 3 creepy men inside of it.
Yeah.
No, it was only one.
Or one. Oh, that's right. The 3 creepy men was the other room.
Right.
The workers were weird.
Yeah,
Workers
the
were
workers were
weird.
bizarre. They would just turn and stare and not even move or comment them in a threatening way, but they would just look at them and you
Did
would
they
hear.
make a noise?
Yeah, they would
yeah.
they would make some sort of weird groan or grunt or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the employer with his giggling, and that one, I guess, what's his name?
Mr. Thomas lost
Mr.
his
Thomas
mind.
he's like backing into that dark corridor, and you just see like the employer, and he's gigantic.
Gigantic. Yeah. Is that the last time we see Mr. Thomas?
I think that's the last
so.
time you see him.
No, he has the breakdown after that happened.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, because
Oh, he
they
did?
went down into the basement, and then when
I thought he had the
going up-
breakdown before.
No, they
Oh.
were going up. That's when they got to the attic.
Oh,
thought
okay.
that was all right.
Okay.
But
Either way.
regardless, that was the most like a horror movie, like a
Yeah.
spooky ghost horror movie. And the second one
was supposed to be satirical, but with like a dark comedic bent to it.
yeah, that was okay.
The ending was bizarre.
The ending was really bizarre. I didn't quite know what they were going for there.
Yeah.
Maybe they just wanted to be bizarre and twisted.
Yeah, that felt like sort of like a kind of a half-baked Twilight Zone episode.
Okay, fair enough.
And the third one was clear. To me, that one felt like the most. They were going for some sort of
Emotional
metaphorical
payoff.
thing about letting go, and I was with it up until the end. And
Right.
the end, I feel like they just botched the ending by not having her
Completely let go of the house.
have to give up the house because
Yeah. Because
letting
at that
go
point,
is.
she really, she even said,
She even looked at the house and
leave.
said, "Let me go."
Yeah, let me go.
And it's like, oh wait, and then she just everything starts cracking and breaking up, and she's able to jump onto the house, and then off they
Right.
go into the sunset or into the mist, I guess.
Yeah.
But to me, that did not feel honest to the story. It felt like I don't know, like why would they have done that?
Done
They
that,
should
yeah.
have just
Sever.
the house should have just sunk into the flood,
Right.
and she gets away on something, like maybe a piece of the house or something
Right.
or whatever. But to just have the entire house and some of the land around it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, oh, so you don't have to really give
Let go.
give things up,
Yeah.
even though what the hell are you gonna do? I don't know. It felt like a botched ending to me.
Yeah. It would have been nicer if maybe just a portion of the house, like where Jen's apartment was, with like the greenhouse.
Yeah, I would say it would have to be something significant to her. Jen was Rosa was the main protagonist.
Landlord, right?
It would have to be something significant to her, and that's like there was nothing really in the house that was like, oh, this is Rosa's.
Right.
The whole house was hers.
Unless it was that room with like the wallpaper and stuff, because it seemed like that was her room. She spent a significant amount of time in there plotting.
Oh yeah, the room with the whole plan board.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, but that got wiped away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly,
I think the ending was kind of chinsed out. I really would have liked it to be her dead and sort of like learning to like let go of this astral plane to go to the next one. Olive G, did you have any other favorite characters in this thing?
Oh, so now you tell me.
Ask you. Go ahead. You said you liked Mabel and Isabel. You liked the baby the most, right? Well, who else did you like? Did you like anybody else in this?
I also. What are you looking at? I guess I kind of like that Rose, the landlord girl.
Okay, why did you like her?
She was determined to fix it.
She was determined to fix it. Okay. What about that made you like her?
Because she was trying to fix that disgusting old house. And she's probably going to do a better job.
But it seemed like the house rejected her. It didn't want to be fixed.
I think it was just too far gone. I mean,
Another reason
you look at
to let go
you look
of
at the basically their house is on the tip top of a hill, and there's maybe about 3 or 4 feet before it's just water, and you see the roof, like the spires of other houses
that have sunk.
that have completely sunk, and everybody's gone. The only people that are left are Rosa,
Elias,
Jen. And Jen living in this house.
Right.
And I don't know what she was thinking. Oh, when I fix it, everybody will come back. No, nobody's coming back ever. This place is gone.
Yeah. I wonder if that's supposed to be an allegory for what we're doing to the planet or something.
You could probably read that into it too, or it could be anything really. It could, like I said, it could just be they're all dead, and if we were in the real world, the house would be the house. It would be on a hill, and everything would be normal. But to them, they're fixated and holding on to something in the physical world, and that's where they
Not
are.
going forward.
And then just letting go means, okay, well, let's leave the house and sail off into the mist.
Well, there was that line. I mean, obviously verbatim, I can't remember, but basically it was like, love your past, but learn to move ahead.
Yeah.
And I think that was
And the
ultimately.
thing was, how are they going to be able to get money? Who is giving them tools?
You know what? We're not supposed to think about that.
Yeah.
How is anyone supposed to get a job out there?
I don't think you do. I think you're just about surviving.
That was like the thing that was like.
So why
why
did
was
she
Jen
want any money?
Yeah, how was Jen expecting any rent from these people if
They're not
there
even
was
working, yeah.
nothing like? It's not like as though Elias can go out and get a job.
Yeah.
There was nothing around them but mist and water.
So I
And,
mean,
like,
the fact that they
A
gave
flooded
her
town, a house.
the fact that they gave her gemstones or not even gemstones, crystals and fish is kind of a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they need fish to survive,
Yeah. Yeah.
and crystals, I guess, to maybe use.
Well, Jen's thing was it was supposed to attract what she wanted. I don't know. I really, really like this a lot. I think the stories were different enough that you could really sink your teeth into. I think obviously they all had their own underlying messages. I agree with you. I think the last one up until the end was really good, but then they sort of botched the ending there. I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, I feel because that one, like I said, it felt the most like a story that was trying to convey a message or something like that. The other ones, there wasn't any real message. You weren't supposed to like learn anything from those stories. It was just an atmospheric horror story, atmospheric ghost story, and the second one was, I don't know, just weirdness.
The second one was very bizarre. It was weird, and it like the scene where the cops come and are telling him to basically stop harassing
that
the
was
dentist.
bizarre. Yeah, why like?
And then he just goes back, and he's just like this feral thing. That really blew my mind. Like that story, I agree. I think the first one is creepy, but if you really sit and think about that second one, that one was to me the most bananas because it was like he sort of devolved right in front of you, and you don't even notice that it's happening, which is very scary.
And then there's like the whole rat bug people
Thing, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what is all this supposed to mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, to me, I thought the second one, I mean, I agree. I think the first one was strong, but I really felt like the second one was even creepier because at the end, there is no hope there. There's just complete just devolvement.
Yeah.
Scale of 1 to 10, G.
It was really good. I'm gonna give it a 8.5.
8.5. What would you give it?
I'd give it a 7.5.
Wally?
8.
8. Oh, wow. I feel bad. I was going to say a 7.
I liked everything. The only thing I feel is they botched that last. Like I really wish
agree.
if they hadn't done that thing at the end, I would have said, okay, you nailed 3 entertaining stories.
Yeah.
And like I said, I love stop motion animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah.
It's like, it
Just
didn't look
based on
cheap
that
at all.
alone, you don't see much of that anymore. Everything is
No.
just regular.
Yeah, they really did a great job.
They did a
with
great
that.
job. It was
the
beautiful to look at,
house,
yeah.
The little the figures, and it was like a very unique style, especially with the people with their little beady eyes, and big fat potato heads.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you don't see, I mean, that stuff is very time consuming, but still at the same time, I'm curious when the next Leica movie is going to come out, but I think they announced something.
I remember them announcing something.
Yeah.
But those take forever.
Forever, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, just really, really well done. Kind of a weak third story, but still pretty good. Better than a lot of the stuff I think we've recently seen. So,
like I said, I felt the third story was good up until that last
right.
bit. They just fumbled it at the 1 yard line, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
But up until that point, it was good.
All right, so 7, 7.5, 8.5, 8.
Okay.
I think if you're looking for new content, this is sort of brand new. It came out this year. It's on Netflix. The House. Go check it out. And that's it from us, and we will bid you all a good night.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.